is this one, which is a 2-page one. Starts on this side and then flips this way. Ooh. This pulls out here. Put something here too. Let's see what else. This one, I still need to find something to go in the center. Okay, let's get started. Before we talk about the junk mail envelopes and the flips, I want to show you some of the other flips and pages that I used, because quite often what happens to me is I get misprints. I get half page or something messes up in my printing, but a good part of the image is salvageable. So let me just show you what I've done in some of the cases like that. Like example, I just actually ripped the matching sheet into 3, and you can see that I tore it in 3 and then I inked the edges. So that's one thing you can do, not just with this particular journal. It looks nice here too, but there's a lot of journals where a nice torn page looks nice, and this is something where you can just automatically just add it in and it makes a really easy page. And that's from, you know, the bits that are left over. Let's see. I did that here too. Let's see. And here. Okay, and on this one, I had folded the page in half, and then I just left it open as a tuck spot. That's because that was a misprint also. Okay. So then I have a couple of other misprints, and what I've just done here, this was a half page. I just folded it in half and made a flap. So let's put this in. I think we'll just put that. Part of it is I didn't leave a lot of these completely blank. Okay, so I'm just going to glue it in. If you were putting lace in, it's a great way to hide the edge of the lace. And you can tuck something in there. So let's see, that's the second signature. Let's put this next one maybe in the 4th. Again, I'm just going to put glue on my flap. Do this here. I'm just going to glue this here and here, and we'll make a belly band from this. So I used a lot of tea bags, dried tea bags. I started drinking tea. It's getting that cold, so to me they add to the look of the mummy a little bit. All right, so I have cut out this piece, and I'm just gonna glue it on. Let's see, before I do that, I'm going to want to glue this so we're hiding it here. And I'm just going to cut this out here so that we don't see that cardboard. Now we can glue this down here. So I actually will probably fill this. I'll wait to fill it, but I know that it's a pocket here that I'm gonna have to stuff. So let's move on. So the first one that I'm gonna wanna do is something like this, where you have, this one pulls out the scroll from the bottom, but it's a whole pocket, so you don't lose the pocket by having the scroll there. So let's first find a place for this. So you could let it hang off the page if you want. I think I may do that. So this one I'm just going to glue into place. May need more, not sure here. No. All right, for now I'm gonna leave it like that, and let me show you how I made that. Okay, so I've selected an envelope that will work, and I based that on the width of the scroll that I'm gonna use here. What I'm actually going to do is trim this piece off, because I'm going to use it so that we see this from both sides here. That's the first thing I'm going to do. And then I'm going to need to trim my envelope and see how big, how tall I would like my envelope. And probably I'm not going to make it much taller than the scroll. So I'm just going to trim that. So now I have trimmed my envelope. You'll want to make sure that the envelope you use is close to the the edge of these, because if it's too wide, the scroll moves a lot. So I'm just going to actually open this right now. And I'm going to use a lot of the misprints that I have, because I had actually more than I usually do with this kit. And I'm just going to, this is what the front of the envelope will look like. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to glue it down. Not rocket science here to just cover your envelope. And I'm actually going to use this part as the entry point. I'm going to trim this straight across and leave this part here. Get a flip. I'm going to go ahead and glue this. Oops. Let's see. Seal this up here. Actually didn't need that right there. Use this to just help me out with making sure that my pockets are easily usable. I could probably use a thinner. Glue this down. And then cut it out. So when it goes in the journal, okay, so now I'm just going to glue these together. Oops. what I've done is just cut out this side and left enough here for the flap. And so now we just need to glue this together. I'm going to do a lot of inking also right now. Ink all the way around the edges. So now we're just going to glue it down. Placing this fairly close to the edge here. Some writing space, and then just tucks in here, but you also have this pocket here. If I would be here all day if I show you how I decorate it, and so I will probably decorate it and then show you what it looks like. Let's see about that, not sure. Let's move on. So then I also have this flip. I'll need to find a place for that. Wait, let's try this. So this one has a flap like that, but what we did is basically it's a very similar idea. Okay, so this one side we'll make, just glue it in while we're talking here. So put glue on the outside here along this edge. And down on the bottom here. So now I have a tuck spot here for something. Probably not her, but to see. And then over here on this side, I guess this is an envelope. There's a place to put journaling stuff here, a few things here to tuck into, and then a journaling card on this side. Optional. Oops. Tag that pulls out. And then it flips open. Just got the tag tucked in there, but I think that you probably eventually, as time goes by, I'll probably put a pocket in here or something else to complete this page, but let's make this flip so that you know how to make that. Again, I'm using a envelope from a junk journal, or excuse me, from junk mail. So the first thing I'm going to do is I just wanted to, this one you'll need something that is a flip, either this way or I think I'm going to use this one this way. This has a little bit of I left a lip on it here. And I'm just going to measure how high I would like this. I left this with enough room that I could pull a tag out. So I think I'm going to do that on this one also and just cut my envelope down. I'm just wanting to cover the front here with something that will make an envelope front. So because this is, I would use paper that's only single-sided, what I'm going to do is just mark where I need to cut, and I'm going to cut okay, so I guess because the flip is going to be in a different way, this will be just a little bit different. I think I'm just going to leave it without a flap on this other one and hope that you can get that I just glued something on the top here and made a flap. That's what I'm going to help. So let's go ahead and just cover this. This extra piece here, I'm going to glue here first. And I'm going to glue it on the front there so that when I make my little divot for my pocket, we don't see the white envelope. And I'm going to use some scissors to just make some kind of a easier pocket. So I don't want to be further than this because I want to make sure that this is hidden, but I may go just a little bit more. You can kind of see I'm making a pocket. Ink everything up. Okay, now I also need to cover this piece here. So, and then I'm going to have to cover this part of the envelope also. So we will do this first. So we'll end up using this for the opposite side, and we'll just cut this out here. Rather than cut this piece off, what I opted to do is actually, let's see here. Just wanted to check before I did, so it will be okay to just pull this in. So when I glue this on, again, I'm just going to glue along here, and along here. Going to do that by placing double-sided tape along the edge, along this back side, all the way down. Too. So then I have an opening here, so I'm just going to put this. but we've also kept the opening at the top for the tag. Now we just need to glue this piece on here. And I'm gluing it right at the edge. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my pocket, and I'm going to use this tape here to place my pocket on the front. And this flap is going to be over onto the next page, and I want to have a little bit of a ripped effect on the edge, so I'm going to go ahead and rip it and ink it. And you will want to ink the edges here of this fold, because this is the fold, this is the edge that will be on the edge of your page. This is probably going in somewhat like, oh, not that page. So it's glued in on this side. Go ahead and do that right now. A nice tuck spot here, and probably this would be fun to decorate with some pockets. Also, I'm going to ink this edge here. So we've got a pocket here, and a separate pocket here, and a pocket here. You might want some for the front too. Let's see. Okay, I've got 4 more pages to just pop in here, and I'll to show you on the kind of, I guess they're flip tip pins. This one is removable here. I'm just going to add an extra page to each one of my signatures because a lot of these are writing space, and that was kind of my choice here with my design. So what I'm going to do is here, add this here. Looks like he's gonna need to be trimmed just a little bit, unfortunately. Okay, there's one. Let's go to the next signature and let's see here. Got this one that flips this way, so let's see. No, I'm gonna go there. Plus I've got that one right there that's a temple, so we'll just put this temple one in another place. Let's see. So this is a pocket here, and then that's a flip. So let's see, I've got this one. For it in there. I'm going to glue this here. Hope you join me this month. Should be a lot of fun. Please leave any questions or comments in the comment section. Let's see. Oh, that needs to be removed. That's why. Hi, I'm Rose. Welcome. This video will show a flip through here of the signatures for the May 2026 subscription kit. My signatures that I picked, and then we're going to do a bunch of different flips and tucks so that I can expand the space in my journal. We'll do this one, flips out, and this one. I'm using junk mail envelopes, and these can be done, you know, the idea of the layout of it could be done with any papers. I'm just happen to be needing to make some for this journal here. Let's see. Need to find something to go in here. This is not quite big enough, but this one. Oops. So you get the general idea. There's quite a few of them that we do. Oops. I hope you'll stick around for that. Here's another one. Here, this one flips out. I'll leave the other ones as a surprise, but we do quite a few in this video. This one's a belly band. Hope to see you soon. Thanks, I'm Rose.